Kurt Wilde, one of my favourite characters in both the World Race and AcceleRacers. Kurt Wilde is one of the most interesting characters because he worked for Galorum in the World Race, and then in AcceleRacers he went against Galorum. There's so much to work with his character, and AcceleRacers did just that. How he betrayed his fellow drivers, how he betrayed Galorum, and then how he betrayed his brother. It can be interpreted that one of Kurt Wilde's themes is betrayal, but this isn't what this video is about. It's about another element of Kurt Wilde's character. It's about Kurt's skepticism. Keep in mind this video contains the things I missed in the Kurt Wilde video. Kurt, as we all know, is a skeptic, but I wanted to know why. I wanted to know why he would even entertain the idea of working for a shadowy company, i.e. Clip, other than because of his ego. He was skeptical of Tesla at the start of World Race, and then skeptical of Galorum at the end of the World Race. But why is he skeptical of everyone? And where better to find the origin of his skepticism than the World Race, where it started? More specifically, the World Race comic itself. Keep in mind this is the only tangible thing about Kurt's past, aside from all the dialogue within the movies. The comic specifically reads, "The World Race is Kurt's redemption. Once celebrated as one of the best race car drivers in the world, Kurt was recently accused of pushing his car off spec at the Grand Prix and was disqualified. And now it all starts to make sense. Kurt is skeptical of everyone because everyone was skeptical of him and his car specifications. And so he decides to question everyone and everything, almost like an internal projection of what happened to himself. It also makes sense that his car is called Battle Spec. He was accused of having his car off specifications, and he names his final car Battle Spec. My gosh, that is amazing. But now let's show something that displays Kurt Wilde's character, and that is Kurt Wilde.
You'll have to be on guard against them.
Who are they?
For want of a better name, we'll call them the Silencers. Their holographic camouflage can be penetrated by intense polarized light.
How are they getting inside the realms?
We must assume that they're using a portal generated by a hologram of the Wheel of Power, just as we are.
Any more questions?
Yeah. How did they get a copy of the wheel? And why does the car you were driving look so much like theirs?
The explanation is simple. They've been stealing technology from me.
Maybe one of us is a spy. You know what I mean? The kind of scum who would stab his own brother in the back.
He questions everything that Tesla says, because he knows from experience that Tesla has manipulated everyone into doing what he wants for his own selfish desires, from getting the Wheel of Power to meeting the Accelerons. If there was any single segment that would explain Kurt Wilde, I'd point you to this one scene. Remember in my previous Kurt Wilde video where I stated that Kurt gets offended whenever someone is skeptical of him? Well, yeah, that is one of those scenes, and that proves it. Whenever someone is questioning him...
Look, Taro may be a metal maniac, but he's no liar.
You saying I am?
He questions Tesla later. How ironic. It's almost as if it's his defensive mechanism of pulling a no you. Now why do I say this? Well, he was picked for the World Race, and he questioned if Tesla was sane after he was accused of having his car off specifications. When he was questioned by Karma, he questions Tesla. It's his defense to get the pressure of himself onto others. Keep in mind Kurt already knew something was off beforehand. He knew that there was another faction, or that there was something that Tesla wasn't telling them.
I told them. Because we need help.
Listen, what we are doing here must be kept secret.
Why? Who you afraid of?
Questions, questions, questions. But it's kind of a healthy skepticism for our drivers. Who is Tesla afraid of? Why did Tesla manipulate everyone? What is Tesla not telling anyone? And you know what? His skepticism dies down. Now when does it die down, do you ask? Kurt Wilde is always a skeptic, but when does it die down? Did you even notice it? Well... This is actually pretty significant, more than you know, as Kurt isn't so passively aggressive to Tesla and the rest of the drivers after that. Taro, part of the Metal Maniacs in which he hates, his rival, somehow doesn't doubt that Kurt is Kurt, even though he could have easily done the same as Kurt, Bunny Ears, did in the Metro realm. Now there was clearly a calculated decision that Taro made, and Kurt knew it. And then what happens after that? Kurt gets all his answers. As soon as he stops questioning everything, he gets his answers. Kurt Wilde, after knowing something was off, after questioning everything, finally gets the answers that he wants.
I'm going back into the junk realm.
The wheel has never opened a realm a second time after it's been completed.
There has to be a way to get back to him. Just figure something out.
We've tried.
Nani?
No, it's time we told him everything. Kadim and your brother aren't the only drivers who've been lost in the realms.
What?
Dan Dresden, Alec Wood, Benji Castile, they all went into the realms. They never came out.
You kidding me? Why didn't you tell us?
We thought it might discourage you.
Even if you could go back, it would be useless. Your brother has been captured by the drones.
No! I don't believe you.
Believe this.
This is the last transmission from your brother's onboard camera.
I'm sorry, Kurt.
And it's so ironic. When he is at his lowest point, when he's the most desperate, when he stops asking questions and questioning everyone, he gets the answers that he wanted then, but doesn't want now. And it hurts. It enrages Kurt Wilde, and it breaks him. And what happens after that? People start to trust him. People start to believe in Kurt.
Why should the Metal Maniacs trust you?
I'm trying to help my brother.
You never helped him before.
That's why I have to now. I'll go in alone if I have to.
Oh, now wait a minute now. Wilde's a Metal Maniac.
I'm in. Welded.
When Kurt is at his most vulnerable point, when he asks for help, when he stops his facade of skepticism and aggression, everyone stops and trusts him. Kurt Wilde even realized what those years of prison had done to his brother, and how he had lost his innocence, and how much Wilde had changed, that he realizes his brother won't be his brother if he doesn't save him. And that is Kurt's skepticism.